Artificial intelligence. You hear that term everywhere, right? It feels like it's promising to change literally everything about our world in ways we're only just starting to wrap our heads around. But what is it really? Behind all the hype? How did we even get here? And where is this all headed? Well, today we're going to break it all down.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, then take a quick and surprisingly dramatic trip through its history. We'll peek into the hood to see how these things actually learn, then we'll look at where it's already showing up in our lives, and finally, we'll get into the really big, important questions we need to be asking.
Okay, first things first. Before we get into any of the cool stuff like self-driving cars or AI artists, we gotta get on the same page and answer the most basic question of all. What is AI?
Well, the term itself was officially coined way back in 1956 at this summer workshop at Dartmouth College. And the whole thing was built on this incredibly bold idea that every single part of learning, every tiny feature of what we call intelligence, could in theory be described so perfectly that you could build a machine to copy it.
What's so fascinating, though, is that AI doesn't have just one single goal. I mean, look at this table. It shows 4 totally different approaches. On one side, you've got systems trying to be human-like, thinking or acting like us, with all our quirks and imperfections. But on the other side, you have this goal of pure ideal rationality, systems that think or act with perfect cold logic. So there's this constant push and pull between copying humanity and chasing logical perfection.
Yeah, AI definitely didn't just pop into existence overnight. Its story is a real roller coaster of huge optimism, some really frustrating setbacks, and then mind-blowing breakthroughs that got us to where we are today. And this timeline, wow, it really lays out the ups and downs. It all kicks off in '56 with this massive burst of we can do anything energy, but then reality bites back hard, and we hit the first AI winter, where all the money just dried up. The comeback really starts in the '80s with neural networks, which are basically the foundation for all modern AI. Then, bam, 2016, AlphaGo beats one of the best Go players in the world. This was huge because many thought the game was just too intuitive for a machine. And that really set the stage for 2022, when large language models like ChatGPT exploded onto the scene and suddenly put all this power right into our hands. I mean, you can just feel the ambition in these words, can't you? They seriously thought they could make a major dent in solving machine intelligence in a single summer project. But that incredible optimism, it just hit a brick wall. The founders realized, and they realized it pretty quick, that they had massively, massively underestimated the problem. Turns out, recreating intelligence wasn't a summer project, it was a challenge for a generation. And that led to this long, cold AI winter, where progress just crawled because the funding and the faith were gone. So after that long, cold winter, what finally thawed the ice? Well, it came down to new ways for machines to actually learn. So let's pop the hood and look at the engine that really drives modern AI. For the most part, it boils down to 2 main approaches. With supervised learning, you can think of the AI as a student with flashcards. We feed it tons of data that we've already labeled for it. This is a cat. This is a dog. Then there's unsupervised learning, where the AI is more like a detective. We just dump a mountain of messy, unlabeled data in front of it and say, figure it out. It has to find all the hidden patterns and connections all by itself. And this shows a third, really powerful way called reinforcement learning. Basically, an AI agent learns through pure trial and error. It tries something, gets a reward if it's a good move, or a punishment if it's a bad one, and over millions and millions of tries, it slowly figures out the best strategy to get the most rewards. Seriously, just think of it like training a puppy with treats, but for a piece of software. Okay, so why does any of this matter? Because AI is not some sci-fi concept anymore. It's not stuck in a research lab. It is already woven deep into the fabric of our daily lives, a lot of times in ways you don't even notice. Take healthcare, for instance. AI is helping scientists discover new medicines way faster than before, and it's helping doctors spot diseases earlier on medical scans. It's even getting personal by predicting which patients might need a little extra support to stick with their treatment plans. It's also looking after your money. You know that little text alert you get when there's a suspicious charge on your credit card? Yep, that's AI. And all those product recommendations that feel like they're reading your mind? You guessed it, AI again. And AI is literally reshaping our physical world. It's the brain inside a self-driving car and the steady, guiding hand in robotic surgery.
It's helping to untangle traffic jams in our cities, and on a much more controversial note, it's being used to identify faces in a crowd. And get this, it's not just about logic and data anymore. AI is now a creative tool, generating original art, writing stories, composing music. It's transforming everything from how we grow our food to how we analyze sports. I mean, it is everywhere.
But, and this is a really big but, just like with any technology this powerful, this kind of crazy fast progress comes with some very serious challenges. We are absolutely entering a new era, and we've got to navigate the risks very, very carefully.
So, what are those big risks? What are the things we absolutely have to get right to make sure this incredibly powerful tool actually works for humanity?
Okay, there are 4 really big ones we need to talk about. First up, bias. Simple rule. Garbage in, garbage out. If we train AI on data that reflects our own biases, it learns our prejudices, and that can lead to really unfair outcomes in hiring or loan applications. Second, job displacement. Automation isn't just for factory lines anymore. It's coming for knowledge work too. Third, privacy. These systems are hungry for data, I mean vast amounts of it, and that raises huge questions about who owns our information and who's protecting it. And finally, the really big one, the alignment problem. How in the world do we guarantee that an AI that becomes much smarter than us will still work for us and share our most important values?
And this quote from a research paper, wow, it just drives home how tricky these problems are. What they found is that AI models could predict patient outcomes from medical images based on patterns that were literally invisible to human experts. Now think about that. If we can't even see the shortcuts and biases the AI is learning, how can we ever hope to fix them? It just shows you how deep this challenge goes. Which leaves us with one last massive question. That original proposal from 1956, it hoped a machine could build an abstract model of the environment. Well, that is happening right now at a scale they could never have dreamed of. So as AI builds its own complex model of our world, based on our data, our history, our biases, our behaviors, are we prepared for the world it decides to create?